I remember as a kid, my mom reading me a series of books. It was the Frog and Toad series. Maybe you've read them to your kids, or you remember having your parents read them to you. But there was one in particular that really stood out in my mind. One where Frog and Toad is out there. I don't know which one it was, but he planted a bunch of seeds. He started a garden, and he hovered over the garden and day and night, and he was getting really frustrated because he didn't see any progress. It was like, grow seeds, grow. And this went on for days. And then when he finally gave up, they started to sprout up. And the other one, Frog or Toad, whoever the other guy was, came and pointed it out to him. And I got to thinking that that's not too dissimilar from the way it is in our lives. The way that seeds are planted, how long it takes before we see any kind of fruit from those seeds. Especially in youth ministry, you get a really good dose of wondering if you're having any kind of impact at all. You see yourself planting seeds and watering the seeds and making sure the seeds get enough sunlight, and you never see any growth. And sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. And I think that's where a lot of the discouragement comes from for most people in ministry, is feeling like, I keep doing all this planting or whatever. When do I get to harvest, or when do I see the fruits of that? And the interesting thing about most people in their spiritual walk is don't get to see it instantaneously. I think about my own life, and I think about how all my life I was involved in student ministry, but always as a support. The whole time my brother was the youth director here at Advent, I was happy to be in a support role. You need somebody to lead a small group? Yes. You need somebody to drive a van to New Orleans? Yes. You need me to DJ at Nakomi? Yes. And I liked being support, but I didn't want to be the lead guy. I remember when I met my wife, when we were dating, and even after we got married, her saying to me, God's got a call on you. You're going to be, you're going to be a minister. You are a minister. And I was like, no way. Not me. Not going to happen. And in 2004, I went on a mission trip with the Huddle group down to Mexico. And something happened in my life. I don't know what it was, other than God really planting a seed. And maybe the seed was there the whole time. He just started to water it. Or maybe the sun came out and shined on it. But whatever it was, something started to sprout in my life. I attribute my call into the ministry back to that trip. I think just everything kind of came together that ultimately put me in a place that then some year and a half later, when the youth director spot opened up here at Advent, that I felt called to kind of throw my hat into the ring.